Sag man and Taurus woman. That's a couple that I've seen often. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. With those two, I'm like, I don't know. I'm a Sag woman, and I remember when I was like 15, the very first boy that was like crazy about me was a Taurus boy, and he like stayed crazy about me for years. Like, years. Like, I mean, even after I was like in like relationships, he was still like trying to get with me. Taurus is very consistent. You know, when Taurus wants something, that's just what they want and that's what they're focused on. Taurus is often very attracted to Sagittarius because of their light and their energy, which Taurus doesn't have. Taurus has a lot of lazy energy. And that's not to say Taurus doesn't work. It's just Venus is not like out there hunting and gathering. You know, Venus is the queen. Venus energy is I receive. It's not I chase. If a Taurus likes you, they're not like chasing unless they like really like you and they think you don't know. But usually Taurus is going to observe you for a while. They don't rush. You know, they like to take their time. They like to move slow. That's what I mean by lazy energy. I don't mean that they're lazy people, because obviously Tauruses work very hard, but they just have very down home energy, comforters on the couch energy. And Sagittarius is hunting, chasing, executing, shooting that arrow, fast speed, here and then there, here and there. Sagittarius stays in the mix. They stay busy, they stay active, and Taurus is not that. I fear, especially when the roles are reversed with Sag man and Taurus woman, that he's gonna get bored with her, because Sagittarius needs excitement. They need adventure. They're the explorer of the zodiac. You're not gonna be able to keep a Sagittarius if you don't have any adventure in you, if you don't have any excitement in you. I am an atypical fire sign in the sense that because I have a lot of earth sign in my chart, you know, I have a Virgo Mars, I have a Capricorn stellium, so my energy is very grounded, so I enjoy the earthly energy. Because of that, I enjoy being at home. I don't necessarily feel like I need to be on a plane 24/7, but most Sagittarius, especially if they have a lot of fire sign in their chart, they need to be on a plane 24/7. They need to be doing things 24/7. Out there, traveling, hiking, camping, joining their softball team. They need to be joining a regular gym, playing soccer. They need playing rugby, playing tennis, active. They need to be living life. They need to be meeting new people. They need to be learning languages. They need to travel internationally. These are people that cannot sit still. They feel like the world is for their taking and they're here to discover all of it. That is ultimate Sagittarius energy. It's about adventure. It's about discovery. It's about exploration. And it's about fun above it all. And Taurus's idea of fun is very different from Sagittarius's idea of fun. Taurus likes what's routine. Taurus likes what they know. Taurus likes what's common. Taurus likes what they can count on, what is predictable to them. What feels safe to them is what's familiar to them. And there's a lot of beauty in that comfort. However, for some of us, what is beautiful is what is unknown, what is other, what is different, what is unusual, what is out there, what has not yet been explored, what is yet to be discovered. That is the excitement of life for Sagittarius. It's what has yet to be discovered. The other thing is Taurus is also very practical in the sense that their whole experience is very much so into the concrete. Taurus likes what they can see. They like what they can touch. They like what they can feel. And Sagittarius's whole experience, it's in the philosophical. So Sagittarius wants you to go on a journey with them mentally. They want to psychologically explore things. They want to dissect things on a spiritual level. So even if they're not on the plane 24/7, they want to be going places in their minds 24/7. And they're all about topics that are challenging, keep their intrigue about life going. And Taurus is not very much so interested in philosophy. You know, Taurus is like, show me the money. Like, what's up? What are we doing? Like, show it to me. Where's the house? Where's the car? Where are the kids? I don't care about the philosophy of life. I want to know, how is this engine running? Like, make it work. Taurus wants what's practical, what's tangible. Sagittarius wants what's unknown, what's adventurous, what's philosophical. They have a different disposition. So I understand the attraction here, you know, and I see that oftentimes these two are attracted to each other, and oftentimes Sagittarius is even attracted to Taurus because Taurus has everything Sagittarius does not have or isn't, which is, you know, stable. Taurus is stable. Taurus is predictable. Sagittarius admires that. Perhaps on some level, some Sagittarius yearn for that stability. But ultimately, I don't know that Taurus has enough excitement to keep Sagittarius fulfilled, to keep them entertained, and to keep them wanting to stay with Taurus. Because here's the thing about Sages. It's really hard to get a Sagittarius to date you. Honestly, Sagittarius is one of the hardest signs to date because they don't like commitment in general, period. Because Sagittarius is very fearful of feeling caged in. Like that's like their deepest fear. We don't fear Armageddon, you know, we don't fear the apocalypse, but we fear being trapped. Sagittarius naturally is fearful of commitment because they're afraid of not being their true selves in partnership. When Sagittarius finds the ideal partner for them, then they don't have that fear anymore. But until that time comes, they're very much so afraid of commitment because they don't want to erase themselves. They don't want to lose themselves. They don't want to forget themselves. They don't want to be untrue to who they are simply because they're in partnership. It's really important to them that they be who they are, that they be authentic, that they feel free. And this is a sign that is insistent upon their freedom. And that is why it's hard to bag a Sagittarius and it's hard to keep a Sagittarius. So I'm curious to know, like, what bags of trick a Taurus woman would have that would keep a Sagittarius entertained for a long time. I don't know, because Taurus kind of likes the same tricks. You know, they like what they know, they like what they like, and they're not really trying to find out about what they don't know and what they don't like. Again, I'm just going off of sun sign. You know, obviously if I was looking at a whole chart, I could tell you a little bit more, you know, because the sun sign doesn't tell us a whole lot. I'm speaking basically about like what is the general disposition of that main sun sign. It's not just based on your sun sign, it's also about, you know, the totality of your chart and what that chart looks like. So take all of this with a grain of salt is what I'm getting at. Someone said Taurus men are like a toddler who need to be taken care of all of our life. That's so funny. The main thing with Taurus that fascinates me really is their fixation. Like I was telling you, the first boy who ever liked me was a Taurus when I was like 15. I'm still fascinated with his fixation. It's like, you know, obviously since 15 I came out of the closet, and he knows, like he knows that I'm in relationships with women. Like I remember actually like meeting up with him years later, you know, with a woman on my arm with him, like the three of us having lunch, and he's still fixated. Mind you, he's gone on to like get married and has a wife and kids, but he's still fixated. It's like Tauruses are like, I admire the fixation because Sagittarius are not like that. Like if you don't entertain me in like 2.5 seconds, I'm bored. I'm moving on. Like I'm definitely never chasing anybody. That's number one. Nobody's worth my time to chase because I'm not desperate to be in a relationship. I'm fine by myself. So if I'm in a relationship with you, it's because you're worth the time and the energy, and that's why I'm there, because I generally want to learn from you and grow through this partnership. But as far as like Sagittarius chasing you, no, I'm not doing that. And I get bored very easily. Like, if you're not talking about anything meaningful, you're not trying to do different things, you're just like trying to like waste time until you die. Like, I'm not interested in that. You can go do that with somebody else. Get somebody else to do it, you know? That's my ultimate energy. That's Sagittarius energy. Get somebody else to do it. I'm not interested. I'm not desperate for this. I don't desperately need this to feel like myself. So the idea of me like being stuck on my first crush when I'm like well into my 50s is like fucking insane. I can't even imagine that. Like, dude, haven't you lived like life? Like, you got married, you got kids, and you're still like obsessed with me? Like, get a life. Like, switch your lane. Like, change your mindset. Like, what's happening here? Like, what is going on in your brain that you think that the girl that you met at 15 is still the same person in your 40s, and somehow like I'm still interested in who you are? Like, I didn't even know who I was at 15. And hello, gay, you think the gay thing is like something I wear today and I take off tomorrow? Like, hello? No, I don't stop liking women because you came around. That's not how it works, okay? So no gay, and no, I'm not interested, you know? So move on with your life. And you have a wife and you have kids, so go ahead and enjoy that. So I don't know what your issue is, but you need to figure that out. That's a you issue, and I can't fix it for you. But I do admire the consistency, and that's Taurus, you know? I love that about them. When a Taurus is into you, they're really into you. Like, really into you. And just you. Like, they're not interested in anything else. And Sagittarius could be into you and into 100 other people, because you have to be extra special for a Sag to want to just devote all of their attention to you. Like, what is it about you that should make you so special that I should cancel out 8 billion people? There's literally 8 billion people on this planet. What is it about you? What do you have going on that I can't find elsewhere? Why? I mean, these are just questions that need to be answered. You have choices. Execute your choices. A Sagittarius will always execute their choices. They don't do relationships out of desperation, ever. So if they love you, they really love you. Like, they're crazy about you. But to think that they're just gonna like desperately stay with you even though they hate you or they're miserable, nope, never happening. I think they're on different vibrations. They have different temperaments. They want different things. And I don't see that working out. And the other thing is Taurus is very like stuck in their ways, and Sagittarius is very much so into exploration. Sagittarius is gonna be like, let's try this. Let's try that. Let's do that. Let's do this. Taurus is gonna be like, no, I want to do what I did yesterday. And Sagittarius is gonna be like, no, that's boring. We already did that. Now we want to do something else. And Taurus is gonna be like, nope, that's what I'm comfortable with. I don't think a Taurus woman can hold a Sagittarius man down. You need more stamina, more drive to get Sagittarius preoccupied, because they're like an engine. The engine is always roaring. Sagittarius do better with people that have stamina, that have drive, that are willing to try different things, and that are willing to just be out there with them. Because Sagittarius are capable of commitment and loyalty. It's just, it has to be the right person. Otherwise, it's not gonna work out. Taurus likes to be right at all costs. You know, they're one of those zodiac signs that don't apologize when they made a mistake. They'll always find a way to spin it. And Sagittarius is too smart for their games. They're not gonna like that, because Sagittarius will make you think and they will challenge you. Taurus is not gonna like that. Taurus likes to be right, and Sagittarius just wants to have a good time. So it's just gonna be unnecessary drama when it's time to resolve issues, because Sagittarius is not really trying to have drama with you. They're just trying to resolve the issue so they can move on to the next fun thing. So that's how they think. Is like, I want to have fun. Life is supposed to be enjoyable. Whatever I need to do to have fun in my life, that's what I'm here to do. Taurus will never admit when they're wrong, even when they're wrong. And Sagittarius doesn't mind admitting when they're wrong, and they don't want to spend their whole time fighting with you. They'll much rather be doing other things, like things that are fun. You know, there's so many fun things that I can think of that I'll much rather be doing with my partner than fighting. Hello? Let's get it. Like, that's not why I'm with you. I'm not with you to argue all day long. That's not why I came here. And if you don't like me so much that you want to argue all day long, why are you here? What are we doing? Because this is not life. Taurus doesn't like to be challenged, and Gemini would challenge Taurus, Sag would challenge Taurus, Aquarius would challenge Taurus, Scorpio would challenge Taurus. Taurus needs a sign that's not going to challenge them. And it's not Sagittarius. And Sagittarius got a slick mouth, let me tell you. You guys know I got a slick mouth. I have a slick mouth. If I bite my tongue around you, it's because I love you and I respect you. But my tongue is sharp. And I'm a Capricorn stellium. So best believe when I'm coming for you, I am coming for your throat. I'm coming for the jugulars. Because all this Capricorn I got in my chart, you don't think I have you figured out? You don't think I was paying attention? You don't think so? I've got a Capricorn moon and a Capricorn Venus. That's all love. That's all love energy. You don't think I noticed? I noticed. I just didn't say anything out of respect. Okay? But if you're trying to come and you're trying to get it popping, and Sagittarius got no bitch in them, so yeah, we can get it popping. And I come with the receipts. You're not gonna like it. When I was little, me and my mom used to get into it all the time because she's a Taurus and I'm a Sagittarius. We used to get into it all the time. All the time. I used to be like, does this woman even like me? I remember one time I asked my dad that, like, does she even like me? Because I swear, she's always on my throat. To find out, I was always at her throat too. It's just, you know, there's no coward energy over here. I'm very smart. I can see through bullshit. My tongue is slick, and you're gonna get all of it if you want to get it popping. So it's up to you. You can get the happy-go-lucky Sagittarius, or you can get the other side. But I promise you're not gonna like the other side because you won't see it coming. And Taurus is not want to back down either. So I just see that being disastrous. I really do. I see it being toxic. So I don't recommend. But I love Taurus though as friends. People I can rely on, I can count on, who've been the same since day one. I never have to question their loyalty. I know where they stand. They're consistent no matter who's around. I love Taurus to the moon and back. And my mom is that way. You know, we still bump heads from time to time, but obviously I'm grown now, so it's a lot different, you know. It's much better now, but I love her stability. Like, I couldn't ask for a better mom in that regard. I always know what I'm gonna get. It's part of being successful at relationships is having conflict resolution skills, and that comes with having good communication skills. And some people simply do not have either of those things. You have one needy, and you have one that does not like needy people. These two also are conflict avoidant. Whenever there's an issue, these two don't naturally want to dive into it to resolve it. They want to pretend there's no issue because these two don't like drama. drama, conflict, a lot of negativity. All that sounds sweet, but when you're in the relationship, if you don't know how to communicate and you don't know how to ask for what you need and you expect people to read your mind and you get upset when they don't, then a relationship is not a place for you, because clearly you're looking for a magician, and magicians are not the people that you find when you're looking for love. You need to go to the circus and look for someone that is doing tricks, because in the real world, most people cannot read minds. So asking a regular person to read your mind in a relationship is stupid. There's no other way to say it. It just is. Although Pisces is very good at reading minds, though. That's the one zodiac sign I would give that crown to. Great mind reader. But Sagittarius cannot read Pisces mind, so Pisces is going to feel cheated. Because of their conflict avoidance, they may not get a chance to develop conflict resolution skills, because when things are bothering them, they're not going to bring them to each other. They're not going to want to talk about it. They're not going to put it on the table. They're not going to be upfront about it. They're going to want to dance around it just so they can keep the good vibes going. They're not going to be direct about it. So you have two people in a relationship that don't have good conflict resolution skills, that are conflict avoidant by nature. One is needy and one is avoidant of neediness. So when you put all of that together, what you get is a hot mess. You get two people that are not very good at resolving anything. And unfortunately, to be in a healthy relationship, you can't always be having a good time. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it's yucky. Sometimes you have to talk about heavy things, hard things, difficult things. And that's not really the specialty for these two. So I would say no, unless there are other things in the chart that say yes. I need to see full charts to give my formal verdict. But just based on sun sign, I would say no. I don't think those two would be a good fit together long term. Like Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini. These four are mutable signs. Mutable signs are, just as the name suggests, mutable. Pisces needs somebody that's more stable. Mutable signs are not stable. They are unstable. Literally every week is a different thing with these people. You never know what you're going to get. They're constantly changing. And I'm speaking about myself too. So don't get in your feelings if you're a mutable sign, because all of us are like this. Literally it's always something with us. We're always into something, creating something, trying something, doing something. We have this restless energy about us. Mutable signs do really well with the other signs that are more grounded. Cardinal sign can empower that energy by giving it direction, because cardinal signs are about leadership. They're like, okay, let's do something with this restlessness. A fixed sign is going to ground you and help you feel more stable. But two mutable signs together is a disaster. So I do not recommend ever that mutable signs be together. It's too much instability. It's too much craziness. Nobody's stable. Everybody's all over the place. It's this. It's exhausting even to talk about. Let's not do that.
What is the leader of the zodiac? In what sense, Devin? If you're asking who is the starter of the zodiac or the leader of the cardinal signs, it's Aries. Aries is the leader of the cardinal signs. But if you're asking in terms of who's the CEO of the zodiac, it's Capricorn. Capricorn is the CEO of the zodiac. If you're asking in terms of who is the most wealthy leader in the world, then it's Libra. Libra is the most wealthy, has the most billionaires in the world. So also a cardinal sign.
Somebody wants to know, what about Sagittarius and a Capricorn? All into the details. They're not into the fluff. They're not into the bullshit. They're not interested in you pinning a beautiful color for them. They don't want to know what is the best that you can do for them. They want to know, who are you at your worst? Capricorn's philosophy is, I don't know you if I don't know who you are at your worst. When things go south, how do you act? When somebody new comes in the picture, how do you act? And they're studying you. Capricorn never stops studying you. That's why they're so quick to get people out of their circle when people start switching up, because they can sense it right away. They're very observant. I actually like those two together. Those are actually my favorite fire and earth combo, because Capricorn needs to learn how to have fun, and Sagittarius can teach Capricorn how to have fun, and Sagittarius needs to learn how to be more realistic about life, because they can be a little happy-go-lucky, everything's gonna work out. And most of the time, things do work out for Sagittarius, in Sagittarius's defense, because they're ruled by Jupiter. Luck tends to follow them. So most of the time, things work out for them. However, there are certain things, nonetheless, that Sagittarius can avoid if they took a little bit more care. And this is where Capricorn comes in. They can teach Sagittarius how to be more mindful, be more thoughtful, how to think ahead. They're gonna have a plan A, B, C, D, all the way to Z. Capricorn is very thorough, very much so into the nitty gritty, show me the specifics, very observant. They're not into big picture. They're into the facts of the matter. And that's why they're so lethal at war. Capricorn is exalted in Mars. So when I talk about being lethal at war, that's what I'm referencing. The best signs to have in Mars position are Scorpio. Scorpio's lethal at war, and Aries. Aries first, of course, then Scorpio, then Capricorn. Capricorn is exalted in Mars because Capricorn is specific. When Capricorn is going to insult you, it's going to be poignant. It's going to be poignant. Like they're coming for your soul. They're coming to snatch your soul. Like literally. Because they've noticed all of your moves. They know it all. They have an excellent memory. Very, very smart. Although they say very little. But if you want to take the muzzle off of Capricorn, the things that are going to come out are going to be brutal. Because they're all into the details. Sagittarius can give Capricorn a little bit of levity. They can learn to have a little bit more fun. Enjoy life a little, because that's the thing about Capricorn. They're all business and no fun. And Sagittarius is often all fun and no business. So if they can learn to communicate well together, these two can create a relationship that's really grounded in truth, because Capricorn needs that honesty and they're going to call you out on it when you're not giving it. And Sagittarius needs it too, but sometimes Sagittarius is not the most aware. Capricorn can keep their feet on the ground. And then I think the other thing is they can actually build together, because those two know how to do commitment really well if they love each other. Those two are very generous in spirit. And they both also like a good chilled environment. They don't like a lot of drama. They really mind their business for the most part. They're not out here trying to meddle in other people's lives and business. Like they're stayed to themselves for the most part. I've seen a few of these couples and they're beautiful to me. And I love seeing them together. So I think those two would be wonderful together. Cancer man and Leo women. Oh geez. Seriously? Why? Why are we doing this? Why? How did you even get that Leo woman to agree to go out with you? Cancer doesn't have what it takes to keep a Leo woman. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. It's not happening. And Cancer man at that? You mean the one that like to threaten to kill themselves when you're about to break up with them? No. No, ma'am. No. Cancer men are so manipulative. They're the most manipulative men alive. Because Cancer sign is the most manipulative sign alive. And when you put that feminine energy in a man, you're going to get a messy ass man is what you're going to get. That Leo woman is going to be more masculine than him, first of all. Okay? So that's already like a mismatch. Number one. Number two, Leo needs you to worship the ground that she walks on at all times. That's your job. If you have a Leo woman in your life and you want to keep her, that's your job. You should already know that. Everyday compliments, everyday gifts, everyday romance. She deserves it because she's going to big you up. As much as we talk about Leo wanting attention, it's not like they don't give you attention. They give it to you. That's why they need it back. Hello? They asked for what they gave. It's not like they don't give it to you and they're just asking for it. They need it back. They need back all that attention they give you. Because one thing about Leo, when you're with them, they're going to big you up. They're going to lift you up. They're going to upgrade you. They're going to get you together. They want you to shine with them. They don't just want to shine by themselves. They're not trying to put you at their feet. But they need you to know that you're next to a queen. And that means you've got to give them queen energy. And Cancer men are needy. They're needy. They're manipulative. They can be cowardly too, with asking for what they need. So yeah, that ain't gonna work. She gonna be busting that ego left and right, and he ain't gonna take it well. He's not gonna take it well, because Cancer would literally take insult where none was meant. So when it's actually being meant and directed towards him, I don't know how he's gonna take that. Yeah, I don't know. I see that being disastrous. Again, I'm not sure how those two got together or why a Leo woman would agree to go out with a Cancer man. He probably manipulated her. He probably manipulated her into it. Oh, that's too funny. Cancer is very good at manipulation. So yeah, I would say hell to the no, unless the rest of the chart says so. But yeah, I don't see this working out, because boy, people are going to get their feelings hurt in that one. Ooh, that's just emotional trauma waiting to happen. Taurus and Scorpio. Taurus and Scorpio are the same person in the sense that they're both fixed signs. Fixed signs are stubborn. Fixed signs don't apologize. Fixed signs think they're always right. Fixed signs usually are stable. Fixed signs are hard workers. Sister signs in astrology. Usually with sister signs, when it comes to dating, it's like hit or miss. So sometimes it could go great, and then sometimes it could go really bad. But it's never something in between. It's usually really, really good or really, really bad. Pretty much. It's extremes. Because they're the same person, just different sides of the same person. Fixed signs deliver. Mutable signs, you could get a project started with them. They could change their mind and they lose interest and they move on to something else. Fixed signs will stay working on that project that they started. Like I was telling you about the first warrior who liked me. He moved well into his 40s, got kids and a wife, and he was still on that program. Because fixed signs have a hard time turning the page. you know? So these are the similar things that they have in common. They're both also extremely loyal. These are the two most loyal and devoted zodiac signs in astrology. So they have all of that going for them. But the flip side of all of that is exactly everything I just mentioned. That means when there's an argument, nobody can let it go. That means when there's an argument, everybody wants to be right. That means when there's an argument, they'll hold it over your head for the next 50, 20 years. That means nobody wants to try new things. That means everybody wants to do what's been done. Over time, that can get boring. Can it work? Yes, if people are willing to be flexible. But if people don't want to be flexible and they think the relationship is all about them and it's all about their needs, which is what most people think relationships are about, that it's a place where they come and it's like Disneyland and they get to ride all the rides and get all the prizes and they get to go home happy. Both of these people want to be catered to in relationships, and both of them are insecure, like generally with their feelings or emotions about themselves. So they're both insecure. They both want to be catered to. So how's that going to work? Who's catering to who? Because you both have your arms open wanting to receive, but nobody's the one giving. Unless there are other things in the chart that suggest that it would, then yeah. But just based on sun sign, no, I don't see that working out because you're too similar. You need other people that are going to be willing to give in to you. People that are going to be willing to get you to try new things. People that are going to push you outside of your comfort zone. People that can move on. People that can apologize even if they're not wrong. Relationships need those types of people. People that apologize even when they're not wrong. Because sometimes it's not always about being right. Sometimes it's just about keeping the peace, you know? Sometimes it's just about loving that person enough to let them have their moment. Because you know they're tripping. They know they're tripping. But they're not ready to admit it, so just let them have it. And then when you get to another space, then you can be like, okay, remember, yeah, and then you can laugh about it. Yeah, that was crazy, right? Yeah, that was crazy. But both these signs, they're not gonna let you save your self-esteem. They're gonna want to destroy your self-esteem in that moment. So I don't see that being healthy. Like, I just don't know what a Taurus woman could pull out of a bag of tricks that would keep a Leo man interested and faithful, because Leo men are cheaters. They love to cheat. They love to cheat. That's not to say they can't be loyal, but they love a conquest. Just like Sagittarius, they love a good conquest. Just like Aries, all the fire sign men. But Leo at the top, because Leo needs their ego stroked a lot more than Sagittarius and Aries. So if a Taurus woman is not stroking that ego like she needs to stroke it, best believe that Leo man is going to be looking for somebody to stroke it. I guarantee you that, because a Leo man is not just going to be miserable with you not doing your job. He's not doing that. If you're not knowing how to stroke his ego, that's a you problem. That's not a him problem. And the way he sees it, there's no reason why he should go without, simply because you don't know how to do your job. He deserves what he deserves, and he's not going to settle for what he's not getting simply because you're not doing your job. I think a Leo man will get bored with a Taurus woman, and I think he would cheat if they're in a relationship, or he would leave her. If he's more honest, he would leave her. But if he's not honest, he would cheat. In their defense, cheating is not right. I'm not saying cheating is right, but in their defense, women throw themselves at Leo men too, though. It goes both ways. Number one, they need their ego stroked a lot. And number two, it's not hard for them to get attention from other women. So if you have opportunity, you have access, and you have their needs not being met, you think Leo man is gonna go without just because you're in the mood? Or just because you don't want to do what you said you were gonna do when y'all got together? No, he's not. He's gonna get what he needs because he believes he deserves it. And that's where the selfishness of Leo comes in, because they really need external validation to feel good about themselves. They can't just feel good about themselves for existing. They need other people to clap for them. They need a celebration. They need a party. They need a, oh my God, you're so great. You're so wonderful. Like, they need all of that all the time. All the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. It's not like you give it to them on their wedding day and they just know all the time. Every day they need it. Every day. And when they don't get it, that's when the problems start. That's when the temper tantrums start. That's when they're telling you how good of a catch they are and how so-and-so wants them and so-and-so wants them. Right away, they get started with that. Like how they're wasting their time with you and you don't appreciate them. Blah, 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 blah. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's just Leo energy. I'm not shading you, Leos, if there are any Leos on this line. You need what you need. I'm not mad at you for it. I just want you to be honest about what you need so you're getting with the right people to begin with. Because if you go pick yourself up a Taurus woman, you already know what the deal is. This woman is not trying to be out in these streets. She's trying to be in the house. She's trying to be comfortable. And I know the other thing is Leo men are very critical about looks. looks and appearances. And Taurus women tend to like really enjoy food and enjoy like feeling good about their bodies regardless of their size. And Leo men tend to be very judgmental about looks, about size, about your appearance. They're the type who feels like if you're with them, you are representing them, and it's important that your appearance matches their status. So if, as an example, there's somebody very important in the community, they're going to want you to look a certain way. And if you let yourself go because you got too comfortable in the relationship, he's going to be the first to remind you that, yeah, your body is not what it used to be and you need to get it together. And he's going to give it to you straight like that, like with no emotions. Like you getting a little too loose here with the food, with your body, and you need to get it together. And this is not going to work out because this is embarrassing. You looking like this, standing next to me. Like, I work on myself, I work on my body so I can look fly for you. Why can't you do the same? Why do I have to be the one with the sloppy woman when there's plenty of other hot women out there that want to be with me? Just like that. That's how he's going to give it to you. You're not going to like it. If you're a Taurus woman, you're going to be sensitive. You're not going to like it. It's going to hurt your feelings. So yeah, I do not recommend that combo. I think Leo men are better with fire women because they can handle that intensity. Like Sagittarius can handle that and give it back. Aries can handle that and give it back. But a Taurus woman, she's going to be hurt and she might even save it for later and she's going to be mad about it till she dies. You know, that she even let him talk to her like that. You know, she like, yeah, she's going to try to, she could say something to hurt him, but it's still going to hurt her deep. And there's no reason why she should put herself through that. I don't recommend. I don't think it's nice. I don't think it's going to be a nice situation. Aquarius woman and Cancer man. Oh, those two love being together, but ultimately it doesn't work in the long run because they have different needs. A Cancer man, again, is emotionally needy, is very emotional, very sensitive. Remember, Cancer is ruled by the moon. They're going to be the most sensitive and emotional zodiac sign. And Cancer is actually the most proud of their feelings out of all the other zodiac signs. So Scorpio and Pisces are sensitive too, but they're not as proud of what they feel. They don't own it as much. Like, they would even deny it and lie about it, to be honest. But Cancer is the only one that will never lie about their feelings and that will own it because they're proud of how they feel. It's a big part of their identity. I see the attraction with these two because Aquarius is idealistic. Aquarius is also quite sensitive, even though we don't talk about it enough. They don't express it, but they deeply care about the state of humanity and about the state of those that are suffering. I can see why those two will fall in love because there's a tenderness there. There's a comfort there. There's a sweetness there. There's a desire to make a world a better place. There's a care for those who need to be cared for. There is a lot of love. There's a lot of kindness here. A lot of generosity here. The issue is that ultimately Aquarius is ruled by the mind. All air signs are all about intellect. They're all about information and information processing. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are all air signs. So ultimately, these three air signs are ruled by the mind. When it comes down to it, what they think is always going to surpass how they feel. So an air sign could like you, but if they think it's not going to work out, guess what? They're going to end it with you because what they think is more important ultimately than what they feel. A Cancer, though, is a water sign. So what a water sign feels is the most important thing to them. They're proud of it, as I mentioned, and it's always going to be more important to them than what they think. So a Cancer could know logically that a relationship is not good for them, but if they feel that you're their soulmate, they will continue the relationship. Fundamentally, these two have a different disposition. So when conflict come up in the relationship, one is going to be wanting to stick to the facts and one is going to be wanting you to dance around their feelings or to take care with their feelings and how you're talking to them or about them. And that ultimately is going to create issues because Cancer is going to see Aquarius as insensitive, as cold, emotionally distant. And Cancer really needs somebody that is warm, emotionally available, and emotionally sensitive. And more importantly, somebody that can emote. Cancer needs a partner that can share feelings with them and feelings that they can receive so that they can feel close to them because the exchange of emotion, because remember, they're proud of their feelings. To Cancer, feelings are a currency. So when I'm giving you my feelings, I want you to give it back. But Aquarius is not going to give you their feelings hardly ever because they're not emotionally expressive, even though they're deeply sensitive. And then secondly, Aquarius in an argument is going to hit you with some hard cold facts like Capricorn. They don't care about your feelings. Your feelings are irrelevant, honestly. They don't care. They care about what is and what isn't. It's very black and white. Either you did this or you didn't do it. Why you didn't do it, how you felt, which is why you didn't do it, how you feel. They don't care. What are the facts? And Cancer is not going to like that. Cancer is not going to like that. It's going to rub Cancer the wrong way. And it's going to be deeply emotionally hurtful to them. I don't recommend that these two be together for that reason. Aquarius does better with air signs because air signs don't take things personally. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius do not take things personally. They also do better with fire signs because fire signs also aren't that sensitive. They're still sensitive. Aries is the most sensitive of the bunch. After that, Leo, then Sagittarius. Still sensitive, but not as sensitive as a water sign. That's actually the very worst match for an Aquarius is a Cancer, in my opinion, because they're the most sensitive of the water signs and also the most expressive of it, which is the opposite of what Aquarius is. Yeah, I just don't know how those two can work through that, because to work through it, there would have to be different people. Aquarius would have to pretend to not be who they are, and who they are is a thinking person and not a person that leads with their heart. And Cancer will have to pretend that the things Aquarius is saying don't hurt their feelings, even though they do. And they wish Aquarius would talk nice to them. So I don't think that would work. I really don't think that would work. About Capricorn women and Pisces men. I love those two together. I love them because I believe Pisces is the only zodiac sign that can heal Capricorn, because Capricorn's heart is dead. Pisces is literally the only energy that can revive that dead heart. Capricorn needs Pisces to get in touch with their heart. So that's a gift Pisces can give them. And Pisces can learn from Capricorn about dealing with the reality of life, something Pisces is not very good at. Pisces likes to run away from their problems. They like to run away from life. They like to run away from everything that makes them feel uncomfortable. Pisces is not like bad vibes. But unfortunately for them, life is full of bad vibes. So usually Pisces will self-medicate to avoid bad vibes, or they will run away with food or television. They do that in all sorts of ways. They'll look for ways to run away from themselves, from their real life. Whether it's create an alternate reality, where they change a storyline, or they'll just watch a lot of television, or they will just disconnect. And Capricorn connects very deeply with their pain. So I think Capricorn can teach Pisces how to deal with themselves and their pain. And Pisces can teach Capricorn how to love themselves and how to love other people. Capricorn, that's not Capricorn's strong suit at all. But Pisces is very deeply loving. Deeply loving. They love all of humanity. They love the entire universe. They love animals. They love love. They're just good souls, and Capricorn is a good soul too, but they've been through hell and back. So they're not very trusting, and they're not very soft, and they're not very loving. They don't just love everyone. Their love is not available for everybody. It's for a select few. They're very picky about their love. Their love is very specific. When I love you very deeply, and I love you for you. But if I see that you love me for other reasons, then no, it's not going to work. Because when I love you, I really, really love you, and I will give you any and everything. But if you don't love me like that, then no, it's not going to work. But Pisces loves everybody that way. Capricorn cannot, because the emotional reservoir for Capricorn is quite shallow. That's why Capricorn can't love everybody, because our love is intense. It's an intense kind of love. It's like a devotion. It's almost like a religion. It's a devotion. It's a deep, intense devotion. I am committed to you, in life and in death. This is what I want. And I will make sure, I will see to it that you get everything that you need all the way through on every level. All of your needs are my responsibility now. And I'm going to make sure you get it. I can't love everybody like that, because what's going to be left for me? I still got to work and live and take showers and, pay bills and cook dinner. You know what I mean? So when Capricorn loves you, they love you on the soul level. These older signs, they all love on the soul level. Pisces loves on the soul level too. So I think these two together, chef's kiss, soulmates, beautiful energy. I love, love, love them together, because I think Pisces will appreciate Capricorn's devotion. and that will see through Capricorn's like insecurities and help them grow up emotionally. And I think Capricorn can help Pisces grow up with life. Like, yeah, it's bullshit a lot of times, but that's life and we're here, so let's deal with it. I love those two together. They make me smile. Two people that have what the other needs, and it's such a beautiful thing when they get together. Well, who's compatible with Taurus? Taurus is compatible with other earth signs. Taurus is compatible with Virgo, as well as Capricorn. As far as the water signs, Scorpios are no. It could work, but it's like a 50-50, so I would put that in a no category. Pisces is a sure thing. If Pisces is a little bit like, got a little bit of a thick skin, because Taurus needs Pisces to get real. And Cancer is an ideal match. That's like top tier. So over on the water sign side for Taurus, Cancer is my best choice. Pisces is second, and Scorpio is like, right? And then on the earth sign side, Virgo is my best choice for Taurus. And then Capricorn is second. I don't think Taurus does well with other Taurus because they're both fixed and stubborn. Again, relationships need give and take. Some people are not very good at that. Taurus is not very good at that. So Taurus being with another Taurus, it's not going to be productive. They're going to be boss ass people that are getting shit done, but there's not going to be a lot of patience, a lot of love, a lot of support. You know, it can be difficult with those two because it's like, you know, but sometimes the rest of the chart can lend to other energies. It's about the entire chart. It's not just about the sign. The sun sign is just a very tiny piece of it, you know. Yes, I am a Sagittarius, but my chart is loaded with cardinal energy, you know, and it's loaded with a lot of earth energy. So yes, I am going to come across more laid back, you know. I have an Aquarius rising, so I look like very like aloof, which, you know, isn't really Sagittarius energy. So just keep in mind, this is just like a small portion of the whole compatibility. That's the thing with dating like somebody that's exactly like you. You know, it can be challenging because sometimes you need other things to make it work. It's kind of like cooking a meal. You know, you got to have different spices to make things interesting sometimes. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me this evening.
You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo for all of your astrology content. Thanks so much for watching.